Welcome to the most mercy wrestling YouTube channel till date.
Seriously?
Today the video presents to you the 5 WWE superstars with the shortest Intercontinental title reign. But before starting the video, I just think that you should subscribe the channel.
It doesn't matter what you think.
Ooh, you know it. Yes, Zack Ryder is number 5 in the list. Ryder won his first Intercontinental title in the WrestleMania 32. I was happy for him and the whole WWE universe was happy for him. Everyone thought that Vince McMahon is going to give a push to Zack Ryder finally. But in the Raw, after the WrestleMania 32, we got to see that Ryder had to defend his Intercontinental title against Miz. And guess what? Miz wins. And after that, we have never seen Zack Ryder having single title shots again. And thus, Ryder was the Intercontinental champ for only one day. Number 4 in the list is the rated R superstar, The Edge. In 1999, Edge defeated Jeff Jarrett to become the Intercontinental champion for the first time in his career in a non-televised house show. But in the next day, Edge had to defend his Intercontinental title against Jeff Jarrett, and there he lost. Thus, Edge too had a record of shortest Intercontinental title reign of only one day. Moving forward, and number 3 in the list is the A-lister, The Miz. Like Zack Ryder and The Edge, Miz also has the shortest reign of one day, but for 2 times. The first one is when he defeated Wade Barrett in WrestleMania 29 and became the Intercontinental champion. But in the Raw, after WrestleMania 29, Miz have to defend his Intercontinental title against Wade Barrett in a rematch. And there, Miz was unable to defend his Intercontinental title, and thus he remained the Intercontinental champ for only one day. And the second time when Miz had the Intercontinental title reign for only one day is in 2014's Night of Champions when he defeated Dolph Ziggler and became the Intercontinental champ. But in the Raw, after the Night of Champions, in the rematch between them, Miz was unable to defend his Intercontinental title. But before going into number 2 and number 1 in the list, please guys, just make sure that you have subscribed the channel so that you get the notification when I upload a new video. The superstar who ranks number 2 in the list is Y2J, Chris Jericho. Chris Jericho defeated RBD in an episode of Raw in 2003 to win his 6th IC title. But RBD later at that night demanded the rematch by his rematch clause. And so Chris Jericho has to defend his IC title against RBD at the same night. And at the end of the match, RBD got the upper hand. So Chris Jericho's IC title reign only lasted for an hour. The superstar who ranked number 1 in the list is Dean Douglas. Now many of you may not know who Dean Douglas is. He was the ECW champion before coming to WWF. And guess what? After coming to WWF, Shane McMahon and his company successfully ruined the career of Dean Douglas by giving him a college student gimmick. But Douglas, however, made his way for the Intercontinental title. So in the 1995 In Your House pay-per-view, Shawn Michaels have to defend his IC title against Dean Douglas. But Shawn Michaels was assaulted by some drunk person in real life, so he had to vacate his title to Dean Douglas. And at the same time, Douglas was forced to defend his title against Razor Ramon, and Douglas failed in doing so. So Dean Douglas' first and the last Intercontinental title lasted for only 15 minutes. Well, this is the end of this video. Comment below the WWE superstar who can break the record of Dean Douglas.